Please don't stop the music.
And that great intro comes from Carthrick. That is how we start Tribe Talks around here. Please don't stop the music. Although, realistically speaking, we do have to stop the music because we have got a special trio of bald people doing this particular podcast.
This was coordinated.
It was deliberate. Yes, it was definitely deliberate. So, Bit Dynasty, thank you so much. Welcome to the show, and thank you for joining us today. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure to meet fellow content creators on a live stream or recording and, talk swagger. It's always good times.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And people in the chat are saying, yeah, we just need Tass and we can have a quartet of baldies all celebrating. That's interesting, actually. We have we cornered the market and all the bald Galaxy of Heroes content creators now? I think every one of them has been on this show at one point or another. Tass has been here and Ranger's been here. And of course, now we have Bit and myself, and Carthrick is occasionally bald. So
I want to feel it.
Yeah, he's recreationally bald, I think is how we describe that. So yes, yeah, welcome everybody. We have got a discussion to have today. If anybody has got any questions that they'd like to ask us, please put them in the chat and we will ignore you. But if you want them answered, head over to my Discord and place them in the Tribe Talks channel there, and we will try our best to get them answered. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. So, seeing as though we've got wonderful Bit Dynasty over here for the very first time, I think we're going to immediately throw some stuff at him. Bit,
Ooh.
How did you get into Swagger content creation?
I just kind of stumbled into it, probably like most of us did. I don't know, for the first couple of years, I didn't really know what I was doing in the game. And then I got into a guild, and there were some people there that knew a little bit more. I didn't even know, the whole YouTube world exists when it comes to Swagger. So hey, check this guy. Started watching some videos, and then I started kind of figuring out, the game a bit better, how everything works. Got a bit more into it. And then I started figuring things out, and then people in my guild were like, hey man, how did you do it? And I'm like, you know what, instead of explaining people how I did it, how about I just do a screen record and share it? I'm like, but hold on, if I'm already making a video, recording it, might as well upload it to YouTube and share it with everybody else. And you just kind of went from there, really.
Yeah, I mean that kind of makes sense overall, I guess. Did you start off in COVID for Swagger, or was it after? Before? I don't know.
Probably, yeah, maybe just a little bit before COVID. I started making before COVID, but it didn't really take off maybe until, probably during COVID era.
Yeah,
that it started taking off. Yeah,
that's definitely when I started too. Yeah. And it's a funny old world, content creation, right? Especially when you're covering a live service game like Galaxy of Heroes, because things change, which is good. But I know that one of the big draws for you as a content creator, one of the things that got people in the door for you was like Galactic Challenge, right?
Yeah.
And CG like rug pulled you just a little bit and we're not doing that no more, which is brutal. I'll be honest. That kind of really sucks. I know you've also got is it Swagger for Life?
Yep.
Website. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that? How you got involved in doing that? Because that's pretty cool. That's quite a cool webpage.
Yeah. It's kind of the reason why I started this is back when 3v3 was added to Grand Arena, and I think it wasn't on. I think it was like every 3 months initially or something. When they were experimenting with different board layouts and everything, and then. 3v3 Grand Arena comes back and you're like, what works? And well, how about if I record all my 3v3 battles, make a website where you can search for the leader you want to counter, and then it shows you the teams I tried, and that's how I actually started the website, just by kind of cataloging some of my 3v3 battles I did. I made videos and then linked to the videos so people can watch. And then again, just kind of grew from there, covering other parts of the game, because YouTube is great for uploading content, but when it comes to cataloging it, creating a library, where people can search by categories or whatever. It's not very good. And I'm like, well, I'll just add that to my website for different guides for Galactic Legends, Legendary Unlocks, Territory Battles, and so on. So kind of also just kind of started using it as a catalog for some of these evergreen guides that people can always come back and refer to.
Yeah, absolutely. And did you like teach yourself how to do all of that? Just like research
No,
YouTube videos?
that's what I do for a living. I'm a web designer, developer.
All right.
I'm a web
So
developer. That's
yeah,
what I do for a living. Yeah.
your professional and personal worlds crossing lines there just a little bit. That's cool, man. That's really cool being able to do that.
Yeah.
My job doesn't really lend itself very well to Galaxy of Heroes. I'm a risk manager for insurance. I'm not sure where the bleed over is there. Hey, man, that's cool.
There is some risk management to be had in our game when it comes to managing resources. So.
Yeah, I suppose. That's good stuff. So is there anything you are planning on your Swagger for Life website that isn't currently live? Is it something you're working on?
I mean, just trying to find a time. I recently started out a new resources section, which at the moment is quite basic. I started putting like farming guide, just something that's not like video content, but just some sort of like references, for example, for farming. I'm also putting my kit reveals on there, kit cheat sheets. So just kind of more like, I guess, graphical sort of, not video kind of format on there. The idea was kind of like, for some of the battles, like again, territory battles or something that you maybe do every 2 weeks, and instead of watching a video trying to remember when to do certain move, they just kind of have like, a run through of first do this, then do this, then do that.
Oh, like a flowchart type thing. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of sort of, but it just didn't have time to get around it. So it was kind of as well something I'm hoping I'll have some time to put together at some point, because I think it could be useful.
Oh gosh, I've just seen the screen has changed completely. Apologies. There we go, fixed it. Yeah, okay, that's fair. I mean, it sounds like a heck of a lot of work. I wouldn't know where to start with that sort of thing, but it's cool. It's nice to see that people are so like resourceful to be able to build all this sort of thing off their own back. You look at the like swigger.gg website, and you look at things like Hot Utils and your own website and stuff like that. It's pretty impressive stuff that people can just do that because they're doing it off their own back, which is really cool.
I mean, the cool thing is I really enjoy doing building web stuff. So it's kind of like, whenever I have some time, I either do Swagger content or build some stuff. So I enjoy doing it. Cool.
Are there any other games that you cover at all? I don't think I've seen you cover a different.
No. I mean, Swagger takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
I kind of tried out a few games, but nothing really kind of pulled me in. I mean, I was playing King Arthur for about a year.
I remember that one.
Enjoyed that one. But I had some ideas I could maybe start content, but then they quickly announced that they're going to shut it down. I think it just lasted a year or something. So I'm like, oh, well.
King Arthur's that Legends Rise game, that's closed down already, is it?
Yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't realize that.
It closed down in March. Yeah, it closed down in March. Servers shut down in March, but they announced it like I think in November or December.
Yeah. That's a shame. Because I did play that for a bit and it was quite fun. But again, it was like time, right? It's so hard to find the time to play 2 of these hero collectors, let alone 1. So
because what King Arthur did really well was the story campaign. It wasn't just like you go from a node to node. You actually walked your character through a map. You were having conversation with people with voiceovers. So it almost felt like a real RPG game, the campaign bit, and it was actually quite substantial. It wasn't like a 1 hour thing. You could spend hours playing through the campaign.
And there were secrets to find on the map and all sorts of stuff like that, weren't there? Yeah.
It was almost like a real RPG game. I mean, they had its limitation. It was a bit linear, but still, it was pretty impressive for what essentially was a, mobile game collector's hero game. And I really enjoyed the battle mechanics in that one because the abilities don't have cooldowns. Their unique passive abilities had cooldowns, but all the basic and specials, there were no cooldowns in there. Yeah. But you had this adrenaline concept well, it wasn't called adrenaline, but from game like Assassin's Creed,
Yeah.
where you built out this special bar and then you can use it to keep spamming specials over and over again.
Yeah.
And the way you could plan your attacks is, for example, if you just use a basic ability, you get extra bar for the next unit to use. So you could set up somebody with a massive, powerful AoE, then a healer that on basic heals the team, and then maybe, a support character that on the basic gives buffs to the team. So you could have like, 3 characters just feeding your this bar that you could then with your massive AoEs keep spamming special AoEs. So it had a total different approach to the gameplay that other Hero Collectors games have. So I really enjoyed that part because it was very different.
Yeah, yeah. I remember the animations were actually really cool on that game as well. They went all out into aura farming mode for that, I think. But it was good fun. Did you ever play that one, Karth?
No. I intentionally try to limit what I spend money on, and so I just don't play other mobile games. It's a very good way to regulate that.
Yeah, I think that's Karth is like, no, I'd spend too much money.
Yeah, no, it's why I don't. I just don't see it as an issue for spending, so I'll just do it, and then you get halfway. You just like, I'm spending too much on 2 games, and so it's like, okay. So the best way to do it is like, I like Swoga, I just play Swoga, I don't worry about playing anything else. So that's why I avoid almost all other mobile games in perpetuity for that exact reason.
So is free to play not a consideration?
It's the problem I run into more often than not is that it isn't in consideration because my brain just goes, it's just a few dollars, who gives a shit, just spend the money, and then that snowballs on me pretty quickly. So the better way for me to avoid it is just to avoid the temptation in its totality. Otherwise it's just really hard to regulate it. Like I can, it's just it like almost makes the game not fun for me to play because you don't get the dopamine hits of continuing progression and moving along quickly enough. So it's like you stall out, you get bored, and then you're just like, man, I'm done. It's like the whole reason why I can't do alts in this game. I ran an alt for a couple years, and I just got rid of it about a month ago, and I'm quite happy with that decision. But it's just, you get to the point of like, you think about the purchases as micro decisions of like, it's only $10, it's only $20, it's not that big of a deal. And then you look at the back of the month, you're like, wow, I spent $2,000. Probably shouldn't do that.
Yeah, it's really easy. And the games are, they're so designed to, it's nickel and dime you the whole time without you trying to realize. That's just the whole business model, I think.
After every single content creator that makes Swoga has started doing raid promotion, stuff like that, I just like, I got raid once. I played it for a day, saw how quickly they went from like, here's $1 pack that gets you a lot of value to, spend hundreds of dollars to keep up with the top of the game. I'm like, and I'm done. I'm out. I can see the writing on the wall for that one. I'm not interested. I'm out. Yeah. So I'm at the point now where I'm kind of at the sunk cost fallacy of Swoga, where like I've already put so much into this game. I don't see a reason to start over anywhere else and do it again. Yeah. So I'm happy with just living my best life over here in Star Wars land.
And until Swoga 2 comes out, and then all bets are off.
Well, we do have Swoga 2.0. It's called the Era system.
Oh. Yeah, it's a whole new way to whale. How do you feel about the Era system?
It's a whole new way to play the game again. That's what it is. It's what it is that they're reinventing the original like 1 to 85 for the game.
That's what I'm saying. It's Swoga 2.0 essentially baked into the original Swoga. That's what it is.
Yeah. It's like every MMO that created a starting area because the game got too expansive. They had to like quarantine all the new players in a zone.
Yeah.
It's like the exact same thing for Swoga now. It's like all the new players come over here and play all this fun stuff where we can actually make a cool story for you. And then you get outside of it, you're like, I'm getting wrecked by everything.
Yeah.
So
you wandered into a PvP zone and you're dead.
Yeah. And you're dead.
Yeah, what are your thoughts, Bit, on the error system overall? Are you pro error system Colosseum, or you feel like it's just a bit naff?
I mean, obviously, because I did start a new account in November with all the anniversary quests, Lightspeed tokens and everything. Just
Yeah.
again, totally different way of playing the game. That's why I started it. So it doesn't feel like I'm repeating what I did 10 years ago. So like from a new account point of view, it's absolutely, we're not talking about the quality of game, but just like the entire system. It's brilliant because obviously, number one, you can actually compete with anybody, that no matter how long they play the game, so you don't feel like you're left behind in a large portion of the game, because you're given the same starting point, the same units. They're free to play or spending, whichever path you take, you're on equal terms with everybody. So you can feel like you can, hang in there. And then as well, obviously, if you do spend a little bit of crystals, get 4-star, 5-star, you can get legendary unlock again,
Yeah.
for free. And then also the Lightspeed tokens, especially now when they reduce the cost of them, they increase the amount of currency earning. So for new players, I mean, it's brilliant. Like I can't imagine being a new player starting this game under the old system. You would just go like you know what? Like Carbantis, Kyrotex, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna be too much, and farming and farming and farming all over again. So from that point of view, absolutely brilliant. From my obviously main account point of view, it's okay. Like Coliseum, it gives you they're experimenting still. So I'm still giving them time to develop, game modes that we have, maybe at some new. But for my main account, like I don't really see the drive to engage too much with it, because what am I getting out of it? Like if at least you could be able to get 7-star legendary unlock just with crystals. But from what I understand, you actually have to spend real money, which obviously I'm a free to play. I don't really spend on the game. I have no use for a 5 or 6-star unit. I can't use them in territory battles and other game modes that require 7-star units. With Relic Delta, I mean, we've seen Relic 4 or 5 units do stuff, but it's either focus data crown carrying them for 3 months. Or if you look at Spider Mole, he's great, but it's really the Stranger and Star Killer that are carrying the team in terms of damage. So it's like, I don't know how much value I would get out of having a 5-star Relic 4 units from, what I'm trying to do, which is, try to get everything done in territory battles, for example, where you need Relic 9 units. So I'm not really unlocking legendary units on my main account, because I'll have to farm them anyway once they become farmable, right?
Did you get Maul done 7-star?
No.
When you came back, you weren't able to. No.
You don't have enough time to farm, right?
No, I mean
my units are now 5 stars, I think now.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay. Yeah. So do you try to get like the 5-star unlock at all? Or I suppose for you it doesn't really make sense, because you probably don't need the Lightspeed tokens anyway from the Journey Guide event, because there's probably nothing you could spend it on.
That's what I'm saying. Like, where is content for endgame players? Like, error system overall is great, like for new players, mid game, close to end. But when you've got everything, it's like I don't need Lightspeed tokens. Like I don't need Relic 10s. And even just by playing it, you still can get like 2 Relic 10s per era or whatever. Maybe now even more. That they increase the reward. So I don't have any Relic 10s yet, because I don't have a need for a Relic 10. So it's like, where's something for the end game? That's kind of so I'm almost like my main account is kind of a little bit in a situation where, what am I doing? Where am I, what do I want to take? Because for the past 3 years, I've been working on getting basically all the teams for territory battles, for all the missions, all the Relic 9 planets. Yeah. And just, I don't know, about a month ago, I finished. I've done. I'll have all the Relic 9 teams ready. Oh, nice. I think my guild soon will be pushing. We're doing Death Star already. Soon we'll be doing Hoth and Scarif as well in the next I don't know, a couple of months or whatever, we'll at least try. So I kind of achieved my personal goal of, what's been driving me for the past 3 years. And now with my main account, I'm a little like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
We're now.
There is nothing. Like
Yeah.
even a new GL, like I don't see that as a passion project, as a goal. This is just a part of the farming. Once you've got everything, you just farm the latest thing.
Yeah.
Like what is my passion project in my main account? So that's a bit of a period now with my main account when I'm like, what am I doing?
So what you're saying is CG need to release some Relic 10 phases for TB. So you could be
no,
like,
God.
yeah, right, let's go.
God.
No.
I don't think that's what we're asking for. I think you're severely
No.
mistaken on that
What
one.
I'm asking for is a Relic 9 bonus planet. That's what I'm
Okay.
asking for.
Oh,
Or
I'll
at
take
least
that.
swap out some of the lower sector planets. Like, you can easily swap out some Relic 7, Relic 8 planets. Just put some, because, initially when they announced that, they'd say they'll be able to add more swap out things, but they haven't really done a whole lot outside of giving us Zepho and Mandalore.
Yeah. It's been a while since we've had a bonus planet. Mandalore came out with Bo-Katan Mandalore, which was 2 years? 2 years? Nearly 2.5 years ago, I think. It's
So
been a while.
if they would want me to engage,
Yeah.
they would have to, like, at the end of every era, the legendary team, whatever it is, Castian or whatever, they get a special mission somewhere,
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, then I would be a lot more engaged. I would push for 6 stars as soon as they get there, push them to 7 stars, because then I would have some benefit out of that. Like this,
Yeah. So
I don't
I'm
really have
guessing
that
you
much
are
benefit.
just farming like an era of anniversary characters at the moment, then to try and get the stars up to eventually get more next time. And I think that era of Andor characters have started becoming farmable. I think Claire's farmable now. Is that right?
Yep. And Vel as well.
Oh, and Val.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
She's in a Cantina node.
Oh, right. That's quick and easy then.
Yeah, so starting. I mean, it's a 20 energy node, so it'll take a bit longer. But I'm hitting that Cantina node. Yeah.
Fair dues. Fair dues.
They're just not making the newest. Like, they're not really making these characters worth chasing because they just don't have any real use outside of the era battle that they get thrown into right afterwards. Otherwise, you're just not. You don't have anywhere to put them. It's like, it's like I'm at the point now. It's like, well, I've got plenty of teams for Phase 6 TB, so it's like I don't need more. I don't need more teams for GAC. I don't need more teams for TW. Yeah. So it's just kind of like, well, I guess I just keep polishing the turds up as high as I can get them. But outside of that, the end game's a little stagnant at the moment. They told us in the last update that we're still planning on doing stuff for you, and I'm like, I love to believe you, but you've made it quite clear that the era of the anniversary and everything kind of for the next, what feels like the calendar year, is all going to be about pushing content for the era system. Because, I mean, they told us that when they announced it in November that they were going to add more features to the era system to make it more robust and more engaging and more interesting, it took them 6 months to get a new boss, to announce the new game mode, not even give it to us.
But is it a new boss, or is just a reuse the raid boss?
Yeah, well, I didn't give you my air quotes around the new boss, but yeah,
gotcha.
But it's just like, it's all of those aspects of things where it's like I totally get where they're at, but the plans that they're trying to enact, there's no way they happen quickly. So it's like, well, we're still planning on things for new player for the end game players. So I'm like, what? Like every game mode that you guys have released takes, years of development, which, I mean, I get why, but at the same time, it's like, at this point, are we looking to recycle a raid just to provide something in variety for a little while? Are we actually going to drop a new one? Are we doing anything on new game or the end game content that's going to be
CG totally
engaging?
bait and switched me with that one, the bastards.
I mean, well, there's still a possibility too, because I mean, the splash art has Cobb Vanth fighting
The crate, right?
the crate dragon, and
Yeah.
there's no way he'll ever be able to do that in
No.
the current system. So it could be a possibility, because otherwise, like, I have no idea at all why they bothered with the constable tag for anything if they don't plan on using it somewhere. There's literally no reason whatsoever, except for they decided that Cobb Vanth really needed to be in the game to bring it up. Like, there's no reason why you needed to do it. You didn't need to bring in the new role. You could have done a whole different thing. And so I'm assuming there's a reason for it, but man, the bar seems pretty low at the moment as to what the application is going to be.
Yeah.
You think Cobb Vanth will be needed for GL Man to unlock?
No, I don't think so.
No.
I mean,
like thematically, he could be, but they don't tend to do brand new conquest units for Galactic Legends. They do old ones.
In theory, he won't be new when the GL finally gets here. There might be a conquest unit in between. That's all I'm saying.
There might be two.
There might be.
Yeah, I mean, well, in theory, the GL would come out like they always do, which is usually sometime around September. We know they're going to use parts of these marquees for the GL. So this one ends in what? July. So in theory, they wouldn't be using any of the next set's marquees for the GL, because they wouldn't release till well after the GL was in game, which would be ludicrous. So I just don't know what they're going to do with it. I'm just kind of like, I'm trying to wrap my head around how these teams are going to work. And I'm just like, I vary from not interested at all to like, what am I going to do with another GL? Like, I have 10. The 5v5 GACcy board has 11 teams. Do I just go, hey, here are my 11 GLs on defense, everything relic 10, and just screw with my opponents and try to psych them out? Because it's like, that's the current 3v3 GACcy I'm already over, because I've gotten cleared with what I thought was reasonably good teams for like 290 plus on like four GACs in a row. And I'm like, I'm done. I don't play efficiency GACcy. It's not my can of worms. It's not what I like to do when it comes to GACcy. So I'm like, because I even placed I placed 8 GLs on defense for last round of 5v5, and a bunch of like meta teams.
And somebody cleared you for 2090. Like, that's insane.
The last guy cleared me for 2067 with a drop.
Yeah. Okay, that's still pretty crazy. With a drop.
That's like that. That was my best clear last week without drops. I'm like, I just don't want to play efficiency. So I'm like, I'm just whatever. It's not that big of a deal for me, but you know, it's just, it gets to the point of like, what's the point of doing after this stuff? Because it's like, now I'm just kind of feeling like I'm relegated to collecting, because the PvP is not interesting, nor worth the expenditure of resources to engage with it. And they're doing nothing else on the end game content for me to want to push forward to. I'm staring at a freaking hot utils page that tells me what it's going to take to get the new marquees to the relic levels I want to, and Cobb Vanth's team. And then that's like my only goal over the next 2.5 months. Like, it's just to work on those characters. Otherwise, there's nothing else to really fight after.
Yeah. Fun times. Yeah. I mean, I'll obviously get the new GL when it comes out, but it is a little bit hard to get excited about it, especially because there's just so much that beats GLs anyway. It's like, it's a big bone of contention for me. I'm like, they cost so much to get, and I'm not talking about money. Okay, I'm not talking about they cost hundreds of dollars, $1,000 to get a GL. I'm not talking about that. I mean, just the time, effort, and like resources to get a Galactic Legend is so high, and then they're like, gas beats it. And you're like, okay, good. And I want to get your guys' opinion on this. Have you seen Rot of the Hut footage?
Yeah,
from the game. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't help but feel, why the fuck are we getting another Journey Guide unit that's soloing Galactic Legends? Like, why? That's not what we need. We don't need more fucking non-GLs soloing multiple GLs. Like, why is that a thing? I mean, looks
it's fun to do. I guess it's fun to do, like, but yeah, for him, I was just hoping he would like take over the leftover, like, Mob Enforcer, Gamma Guard, that it would be like a full Hot Cartel team that you can actually use then, with something. But yeah, they really went overboard.
Yeah. It's funny, he counters Jabba. Like, he solos Jabba.
The part that kind of kills me is like, they went to the effort of reworking Gamma Card and Mob Enforcer to work with Hut Cartel, and then they gave you a better team than them anyways to use. And so it's like we're just doing nothing that kind of elevates that team, because I'm really worried about what Rada is going to be able to do inside of TB. And the other thing too that kind of rubs me the wrong way with it is like, the last thing we really need to do in this game is keep pushing mixed units, like mixed alignment teams.
Oh,
because it's just, we're already saturated in that field, and there's only a handful of them, but they're so few of their parts are required other places that it's very easy to go, well, we do pirates in the middle, we do stranger in the middle, we do a couple other ones in the middle, and they just keep doing their thing in the middle. But now it's like, well, what else do you want me to do? Like, there's nowhere else to use these teams, and I just have no interest in engaging with. I mean, I'm still gonna take Rada to Relic 10 and do stuff with him, but it's the last thing we needed was another offensive GL. It's like the same problem.
It's
with
not even
Cassian.
a GL.
Well,
Journey.
might as you could solo GL, so might as well be. But like, that's the problem with Cassian. Cassian's out for a week. He's only good because people don't know what to use yet. And now he's getting countered by Dash and Han Solo. Like, hey, yay! Like,
a very old team.
Yeah, very old team. Very cheesy mechanic. It's just like, well, I stunned Cassian and then I blew him off the board.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what they were thinking with they gotta start doing like a strike system, which, I mean, I know they'll never do, because the last thing they want to do is reduce the value of your roster, but there got to be something to mix up PvP. That, or I'm going to go back and go, hey, CG, I know at the time we really hated the Raycron, but I need like 6 of those every, like 3 every Datacron set. Like, just really powerful FDCs that are like nigh unbeatable, have like 1 or 2 counters at the absolute best of it, and then just throw it at the GACcy board, because that's the only way it's interesting. Because like, it's no fun when everything has multiple very clean, very efficient counters, and where it's like people aren't even putting GLs on defense anymore because, well, they get beaten by 6 teams for max banners. So I'm gonna just put down shitty teams and then pray I'm 3 banners more efficient than you.
Yeah. It rubs me the wrong way. I mean, I do agree that, solo monster units are fun. I like it, like characters like Wampa, Sidious, when Sidious Kron was around, that's what Bane, they're all kind of like the same thing. They are fun to use, but it's just like, it's already in the end game. There are already too many things that just do that, and the board size is never increasing. So it just becomes easier and easier to get, full clears. And it's just, I don't know. It's just...
Yeah, now it's like I drop a battle, I'm done. I just stop playing because I know I'm going to lose, Whereas before, you drop a battle, okay, let's keep going. Maybe, I'm pretty sure they can't clear me or something. Like, oh man, I drop a battle, I'm done.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. There's just nothing that holds anymore. Fleet's kind of been sorted out. We don't have any fleet. Yeah. So Fleet doesn't give you a safety net of like, I've invested in this thing and it only has the 1 counter, so I can do it. And it's like, it's just really challenging to find a way to make your board state mean much of anything.
Yeah.
And like, a lot of people have been saying forever, like, the increase in the board state is one of the few ways left to do it. And CG's like, well, we don't want to increase the time for players. I'm like, yeah, I agree to a certain respect, but I'm like, if you make a new league or an opt-in only league where players get to make the decision to punish themselves, do the exact same way you make it with Conquest. Like, hey, I am choosing the hardest mode because I want the best rewards.
Yeah.
Go. Like, just be done with it. Like, just make that the thing. Like, players can opt in. You don't want to spend more time in GAC? Stay in the current system. That's fine with me.
If they increase rewards, I'll take the hard mode.
Yeah,
Yeah,
me too. I mean, I'll take the hard mode either way. I'll love to do that, but yeah, give me more rewards as well. I don't want to have to do more work for the same shit.
I'm already struggling in 3v3. I never have enough data crons for both defense and offense, so more teams would make it even more challenging. But yeah, if they give me more rewards, I'll take it.
Yeah, absolutely. How's everybody's? Oh, well, I've heard a little bit from Karth over here, but Bit, how's your last week of 3v3 gone? That good, huh?
Not going well. I mean, it's a combination of things. Like week 1, round 1, opponent does 20, 88. I'm like,
wow, yeah, that's a high score.
like,
I'm gonna score 10 banners and leave.
I tried. I did a couple of teams, worked well. Good banners, but just to try out. And I'm like, okay, I'm done. Second round, I messed something up. I lost. Then the last round, I didn't have time to play because of work. Then round 1 this week, I lost again because again I did some silly stuff. I should have won that one actually, but then I finally won my first round. I won this season because opponent stopped playing after clearing a few teams.
Oh,
because I did drop a battle.
Yeah.
But I tried Lord Vader solo versus Skeleton back, and I just came down to Jocasta, and she just soloed Lord Vader. I guess it must be her siphoning mechanic or something. She just kept having more and more protection, and she kept hitting harder and harder and harder, and she soloed Lord Vader.
Yeah, that's embarrassing.
That's rough.
Old librarian beats up Sith Lord. Yeah.
Hey, that's how the comics went.
Well, actually, Vader did kind of fuck her. Like, not literally, obviously, but I mean, he killed her. So there's that.
It's sort of like the Lord Vader era battle. Do you remember? I mean, it was glitched where Jocasta just nuked your entire squad. So it was
but she just kept on nuking it.
And I'm just keep looking for like I had it on. I just put it on auto because I saw she was chunky.
Yeah.
And I'm just like for 4 minutes, and after 4 minutes, she finally finished Lord Vader. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like, am I gonna? Because I had plenty of teams left, right? I could just do Night Sisters and be done with them. I'm like, oh man, they put weak defense. I have to try and solo as much as I can.
Sometimes that bites you in the ass, huh?
But luckily, he took down bottom wall, 2 teams at the back, the 2 difficult teams at the back. He took down Rey and Ahsoka at the back. So he just had like 3 easy teams at the left and 5 easy teams at the top. Like nothing too crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, I had Bale and Kron on top, but I don't know how is he on defense.
It can be
I'm
okay.
like, I'm gonna lose for sure. And stopped playing, didn't continue. I don't know why. So that's how I got my first win.
3v3 fatigue.
Season. Yeah, it's been a rough season. But I dropped now into Kyber 2, and slowly matches become a bit easier.
Yeah, it's funny how quickly that happens when you drop into Kyber 2. It's like there is a real tangible difference. I remember that like it might have been about a year ago when the squish got really weird and there was like only 1,000 people in Kyber 1. And there used to be like 5 to 10,000. And Kyber 1 became so goddamn competitive that even the top of Kyber 2 was really sweaty. I was struggling just jumping up and down between Kyber 2 and Kyber 1, Kyber 2, Kyber 1, because Kyber 1 was just so small. But I think it has expanded a bit. I think it is about 4,000 people again now.
The squish is a bit better now.
Yeah. Fun times. Although, Karth, have you faced off any Erodiums yet? Because you're hanging around top 50, aren't you?
No, unfortunately. Well, no, not after the last 2 weeks.
Oh, right. Okay. Oh, 3v3. Yes, of course.
Yeah, I went 1 and 3. 1 and 2 last week. I'm at 0-2 right now. I'm gonna actually try to win this one, but it depends on how it goes. I'm just kind of like, I don't care enough. And the thing for me is like, I fall out of the top 200 and the fights get drastically easier. It's just, when people want to go full efficiency, I'm just gonna immediately just go, nope, you can have it. I don't care. Like if you can clear me at like 280 plus, like I'm like, when you average a 56.7 banner average on my ground game, I'm not playing that. Like I don't care.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna stress and agonize for an hour to lose by a banner for 500 crystals. Like I'll just go buy a vault and cry in cat in my money Kleenexes for all I give a shit. Like it's just to the point where like I just don't like I'm getting into the apathy of Grand Arena again, where I don't care enough to engage, and so it's like there's not a big deal if I don't win, if I lose more. It's just like I'll just fall somewhere where the matches are more competitive for me, and then I'll just enjoy that, you know. But otherwise, it's just I'm not really. I'm into just apathetic. I don't really care which way it goes. It's just like, let's see what happens. There's no pride being in top 100 when 40 of those people are Erodium, and so it's like I don't care anymore. That's just
I mean, my alt account recently jumped up to like not carbonite. Is it chromium 2? Hang on, let me check. Yeah, it jumped up to chromium 2, and that's only like a 15-month-old account or something like that. And everybody you face is like 11 million GP, and I'm like there with 5.5 million free to play. I'm like, okay, well, the only reason I ever win any battle is if they don't turn up, more or less. But it's just so dull because you never get any sort of like remotely fair fight in the lower GAC leagues. I don't know what you've experienced, but you said you've started a new account when the anniversary came out, so you must be GACing by now. How's your GACs on that?
I've been on GAC in that account day one. I mean, to start off, it was a lot of fun because you get to use like some of the old teams like Imperial Troopers and so on.
Yeah.
But because of Relic Delta, quite quickly it became like, oh, you can only use what's Relic 5 and above because, even like, my Gear 12 Troopers, even Relic 3 Dark Trooper, they did nothing, versus these Relic 7 plus teams. So it became more like, who do I have Relic 5 or above that can do some damage?
Dash Render, that'll do.
Yeah, at least, but I've been having fun so far in my new account. I'm thinking Bronzium 3 now, so slowly, making my way there.
Yeah.
I have GLA. I unlocked her, I don't know, about a month ago, so still working on her ultimate ability. So that allowed me to make a jump into Bronzium just in case they put a GL down. I have something to work with. Also have Starkiller now, so
nice.
I was able to beat Ray twice. I lost once. Just got a reminder how annoying Ray Jedi training with Ray and Ben can be in 3v3 with her constant evasion and cleansing and turn meter gains.
Oh, yeah.
But I did clear a couple of them. So I do have a little bit tools now to maybe deal with, because like you said, all the opponents have multiple GLs more than you.
Yeah.
But at least I have, board is quite small. I have things to deal with. But the reason why I've been having fun is because every round is different. Like defenses are different. The combination of units you need to use to beat that is different. There's just a lot of variety because it's not like, for our endgame accounts where everybody have basically everything. Everybody, okay, these are the best Datacrons. Everybody put everything the same. Whereas like lower, every round is different. You never know what you're going to get. Of course, there are rounds where somebody actually knows what they're doing and they put all of their GLs down instead of saving them for offense, right?
Yeah, it's so
then
funny.
I couldn't clear anything.
Yeah.
But even when that does happen, I'm like, okay, it's fine. I'll just do one battle and move on. Like I don't stress about it, right? They have a big account. That's how they should play it, to be fair, right?
Oh, absolutely.
But yeah, I've been having a lot of fun just because of the varieties. Like, every round is different and you don't have to worry about crazy Datacrons either as well at that level, which is nice.
Or almost any Datacrons usually. And you might see one or two.
Yeah.
I find the biggest differential outside of people not necessarily knowing the best way to set teams is their mods are god awful.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
you'll see Galactic Legends with like 450 speed, and you're like, have you got any speed on this guy? Like any
it
at all?
reminds-
My Leia is 497, so don't judge me.
Yeah. When I took over the alt for the first time about 2.5 years ago, my buddy had dropped all the way down into like low Kyber 3, and it was just like a flashback to like 4 years prior to the first iteration of GACcy, and it was just like there were no crons. It was just all about speed checks and strategy, and just like I went on like a 12-0 heater getting out of Kyber 3 because it's just like there was nothing to fight over. Like I knew how to play the game better than every opponent that I faced, and so I just went and smashed them all. And it was a lot of fun. Like I just kind of miss that sometimes, where like strategy is more important than just whatever datacron you got. And I still have them all, but on my main account. But it's just kind of fun to have that to go back to that play style where it was turn order mattered and strategy mattered, and in the day when there was only 2 GLs, not 10.
Apologies.
We've all gone away.
Yeah. I figured now would probably be a good time for us to jump over to questions. Seems as though we've been nattering for a bit, so I'm just gonna start reading them out, and we'll see what happens. Okay, first question comes from Hayden117. He says, "Greetings, tribe. With Squad Arena going the way of the dodo, does CG have any plans on how to acquire daily prestige for capital ships aside from the occasional events for ships? I'm pushing the 3 GL fleets to 7 stars and need to keep prestige farm for the skills." They haven't announced where it's going, but I can't imagine they'll just be like, yeah, you're not getting any prestige anymore.
I can't imagine that they scrap the currency in totality. Like
It's a good source of shard shop currency, that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they just keep giving it to you for the daily crystal payout, because that's not going away as far as I know. Otherwise, you're going to really piss off some people. So my guess is they just leave that payout there, and they just get rid of the rank part of it, and everyone just gets, based off whatever your GAC rank is. That's my speculation. It's like, hey, you're Kyber 1, you get this many crystals, you get this much Squad Arena currency, and that's how you go. So yeah, it might negatively impact players that would be lower Kyber but higher in their own arena shards. But either way, I'm sure that they're gonna just pivot that resource somewhere. And because they're not gonna get rid of it. I mean, that means you got to delete a store. You're gonna piss people off. That's the one thing that we know for certain. When you take away something that somebody was getting for free, they get very angry about it.
Yep. No matter what it
angry.
is.
So no matter what it is. Yep.
Yeah.
It just very angry. So I can't.
Even when you give them something new, they get angry.
Yeah.
How dare you give me free stuff? Ah.
Yeah. You made me my free ice cream was vanilla and not strawberry. You monsters.
Exactly.
Now that that it'll be, I'm lactose intolerant. Where's my ice cream? Be like, for fuck's sake.
Where's my coconut ice cream? Okay, I can't have dairy.
Oh, fun times. Yeah, we'll find out, I guess, when it comes to that. I remember asking Meathead months ago, and he says they're aware of it, and they get, something will happen, but we don't know what yet. So who knows?
I mean, the only because he said if we scale it off the Grand Arena, because obviously having a new account, the amount of crystals I'm getting daily is a lot lower than somebody in Kyber. But as a new player, you need those actually arena shipment stuff a lot more than somebody in the end. So if you now cut down the rewards for newer players, they're getting less of that currency. I think it wouldn't be the right way to do it, because they're the ones that need it most. Not just prestige, also farming characters in there, right? So
yeah. If I was CG, I would just put 900 every day in the payout and call it a day. Like,
just give everybody top.
You are not giving enough away for it to matter. And for newer players, they need so much of that currency to get anywhere, where it's like, if I gave you the max amount payout for 2 years, you still wouldn't have enough prestige to get all your capital ships done.
No.
So it's like it's not going to change the game for new players. They're going to have to either spend to get competitive, or they're going to have to wait. And what are you going to do with that 900 squad arena currency every day? Wait for shards, or spend on prestige. It's your two options.
Yeah, because for my new account, what I've been doing, because I know how much prestige is needed, like pretty much from day one, I've just been buying prestige with that currency, because now with Lightspeed tokens, we get everything to like 6 stars or whatever. And then
and you need like
them up from
2k
7.
prestige, I want to say, per capital ship. It's something like that, isn't it?
See, but the thing is, I actually made a video about it. Shameless plug.
There
You
we go.
actually don't need all of that prestige. Like, for example, I'm using Home 1 is my main fleet. I didn't level up basic. I didn't level up AoE. I didn't level up heal. Because with B-Wing, all you get to do is use reinforcement ability and you use ultimate. Then you use reinforcement ability, then you use ultimate. So a lot of these ships, like, on their basics and damage, unless those basics and AoEs actually do something else than just damage, you don't need to level up.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Cool.
So saved up a lot of prestige there, saving up for Executor.
Yeah.
I have the opposite problem. If I see a pip that allows me to upgrade, I'm very, 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 very tempted.
Yeah.
I used to be like that, but there's so many pips everywhere, you can't get them all anymore. So I've just given up.
See, I spent 9 years solving that problem.
And every new character, it comes back.
When I said in the beginning of the video that I didn't know what I was doing for the first 2 years when I was playing the game. Just as soon as I saw a red dot, upgrade.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you're like, what do you mean I've got no Zeta mats? Okay, next
even
question.
Zetas.
Oh,
I'm not applying Zetas to anything, because it's all about Relic Delta where I'm at in Grand Arena, like Zetas.
Oh yeah, on the early account. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so next question comes from Inky. He says, GAC revamp idea saves time, allows use of more teams, and keeps a 3-week schedule. 4-player group, round robin, 2 ground teams in all zones, 1 ship per week, can only use a team once, offense or defense, each 3-week competition. What do you think? Oh my gosh, I'm trying to wrap my head around this. So 2 ground teams in all zones. So
basically every person you fight eliminates characters from your roster, ground, offense and defense. And so by the time you get to the last week, you're stuck with whatever's at the bottom of your roster.
Yeah, it's
not going to go well, because either you're gonna slack off on the first week to try to save better things for the later weeks, so everyone get lower, or the people like me who have just massive depth to their roster, they're always going to just pull out at the end and smoke you, because you're going to have Relic 3 teams on defense, and I've got everything at Relic 8, so I'm going to just Relic Delta all over your face. I mean, grand scheme over the most of the players, it wouldn't be that terrible, but with the mismatching of roster size, that only benefits the GP bloat as you continue on in the game. So I think it negatively impacts the newer players and the mid-range players, because they just don't have the investment. And I don't like anything where you can't keep using your stuff. Like, I get the big picture, you're allowed to use more of your roster, but I'd rather play with GACcy 3 times in a week than once in a month.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I'd feel about that. Not being able to use your teams that you spend so much time building up, for me just feels kind of bad.
Yeah, I think there is maybe some potential in like playing with the format, just to spice things up a bit. Like, instead of just having random 8 people every week, you could actually make it like a proper tournament where first you have seeding rounds, and and in the end, I don't know after how many months of Grand Arena, you actually come to somebody that says I was number 1, because it's I don't know, we're just in NBA playoffs right now, right? In the end, teams get eliminated, and if we could do something similar with Grand Arena, where initially you've got rounds that you get your seeding, then you get put in the groups, and eventually you get that one player, right? That says I was
that would be
1.
cool.
And then once a year you just reset and you start from scratch, like, because the current skill rating is like, especially since it's broken, the leaderboard is like like this. I don't know. Imagine, the big players on top. I don't know, would they be motivated by, hey, I want to be number one? I don't know, but that's something.
Well, I think
wouldn't
certain
do it
people
yet,
would.
but
Yeah.
I know there are
I don't
players that
know.
would.
Just,
They
just
when
a
they
little bit
used
change up.
Yeah, I know when they used to have that unique title for finishing a season in first place. There were a lot of people that really wanted that from the bigger spenders and competitive players, and then they took it away because then it's now everybody in Kyber 1 gets the same title, and so nobody really gives a shit anymore. And the amount of headache that goes to staying in the top 10 is just not worth the hassle these days. There's no payout for it besides just, I guess, pride.
Yeah. Okay, next question then. Thank you, Inky. Comes from Mayday. Is hello. As I am close to unlocking Galactic Legend Leia, what speed, offense, health, etc. mod stats should I be aiming for on her, Drogon, and R2? Also, Bit Dynasty, what software did you use to create your 2026 free-to-play farming graphic on the Swigger for Life website? Start with that bit.
Yeah, I use the Illustrator because obviously I have the entire. It's not free software, but because of my line of work, I have the entire Adobe suite anyway. I need it for my work, so it's just what I used it for. Yeah.
Cool. So general modding then. General modding for Leia, Drogon, and R2D2. Leia, you tend to be chunky and fast.
Fast, good offense, good health. That's what I got for you.
Yep.
To be fair, I might have seen this question and then I edited my original header post for this one.
Oh, right. Okay.
That second line of text was like,
yeah,
I don't mind answering these kinds of questions in like general chat or whatever else, but waiting a week for modding questions is kind of a bit rough. But then the other side of the coin is like, I have no idea what you're capable of putting together. Like, if I'm like, yeah, get a 580 speed Leia, like, homie, you may not have a single plus 25 speed mod in your roster. So my advice may not mean much of anything to you.
I mean, we could just go high level. You want loads of health, loads of speed and damage on Leia. Drogon, you want him to be about 300 speed plus and as much offense as you can. R2-D2, any which way you want to do it. Fast, chunky. Get enough crit chance so that he crits, so that you can dispel some debuffs. That's kind of the way that I would go for it. And that's just off the top of my head, because the game's old now. I forget more things than I've learned, I think, at this point.
Also now, because of Datacrons, a lot of the times mods don't mean as much as they used to, if that makes... I can't remember when was the last time I actually checked mods on anything.
I don't in GACcy anymore.
I just check Datacron, I check my Datacron, and I hit battle. But in my newer account, speed sometimes do matter still. So it depends where you are at in the game as well, I guess. Yeah. But what I do for modding, I just go to Swagga.gg website, best mods, and whatever it says there, I put on.
I go to the Swigga.gg website and I look what Tasnex puts on his mods. And I'm like, okay,
fair enough.
Now scale this back by 20%, and that's what I'll aim for.
Yeah. Well, and if you do have access to hot utils too, you can take they came out with their entire roster mod setup for the where they basically scrub the top 200 players for the average on the characters, and then they have two different tiers, which is one which is like really close to those requirements, and then one that's very relaxed from those requirements, but the general idea. So if you have access to hot utils, you can run that, and that's really helpful for modding your roster. But outside of that, I just even I'll do that. I'm like, I'll just go, what are these people doing? Am I close to that? Yeah, all right. I'm letting it go still. I'm not changing. I don't think I've done an entire roster remod since I left Senate Mandalore. Yeah,
I mean, I have to do it for more Erodium, but I don't do it as often as I should because it's too much of a pain in the ass. Sweaty, try hard. Okay. Next question comes from Diesel Cheese 909. Hey Diesel Cheese, how you doing, buddy? I've just edited this to let you know that I won't be around tonight due to my last minute event debrief. If you could do my questions at the end, that'd be ace. Okay, I'll come back to you later. Next question then is Fuzzy Goblin Wizard. Hello Tribunal. Data disks are incredibly annoying in Conquest. Thoughts on getting rid of them and just using datacrons instead? I would be for it, to be honest.
No.
Let me use my datacrons in Conquest.
No. Data discs are free. They require nothing. They just suck not getting the perfect ones. But I mean, it honestly, they could fix data disc by just giving us a store that allows us to deconstruct and then purchase the ones we want with the fragments. Because you have so many by the end of it. It's like if it's a relatively like 2-to-1 option where it's like if I can dust 2 gray discs to get enough materials to buy a gray disc that I want, and then vice versa as you go up in quantity, then players can get what they want and they can call it a day. But I mean, with them scaling down Conquest to Relic 5, I don't know if it's really that big of a deal anymore, because you can kind of brute force your way through it. Like if you're fighting right at the the threshold of joining like hard Conquest, I can get where that struggle sucks. But
yeah, it's a bit harder when
for the rest of it. I feel like swapping to data disk, like swapping to data crons, is almost more punitive, because it's like everyone outside of Kyber 3 does like 2 crons for the entire thing. It's like so you're going to do the entire Conquest with 1 datacron? Like, good luck. Hope it works for the team. All 30 teams you got to use.
Just 1 per cron and have done.
Exactly. Yeah, I think for data discs, like something like he said as well. I was way back thinking like if you have 2 gray ones that are the same type, let us fuse it and becomes green. Right? So you improve the quality of the discs. I think that could go nice. And it really bugs me they charge us energy to swap discs. It's like it just takes the fun out of trying out new combination for different battles. Just let us swap discs for free, man. I think that would go a long way.
Yeah, I do agree. And I even though I was saying, yeah, sure, let us use datacrons, because I have a lot of datacrons, that'll be fun. There is also a little bit of an element of, there aren't many game modes where we get to do weird and wacky things that data discs let us do. Because you can do some fun stuff with data discs. And, sometimes having a bunch of zealous ambitions and vitalities on a character and watching Salty one-tap the entire...
When was the last time we had those?
2 conquests ago, something like that. Like 2 rounds of conquest, something like that. But, it can be fun. It can be fun. Or that old data disc setup that lets us, stack enough debuffs, and we put a bunch of thermals and ability exhausts and all that sort of thing. So the enemy starts their turn and all they got is locked ability block. They can basic. You're like, like it can do
seems
some
like
stuff.
lately they've been toning down a bit the data discs, like making them a bit, less powerful. Or is it just me? I don't know.
They have. I think part of it is that they want to kind of walk down how they're performing, so that there's a little bit more reason to invest into your roster, because they really kind of made it easy with the Relic Delta components part of it. I do enjoy my Relic 8 Jawas finally getting that stupid Great Mother's feat, because they can't kill it fast enough. But short of that, it's just one of those things where they ebb and flow with that quite frequently, where they'll give us a lot of power, and then they'll kind of rock it back a little bit as we progress. And sometimes it's just, I guess they're trying to see if it impacts the unlock rates for characters. But let's be real, the unlock rate is 100% tied to the hype level behind the character. So I can imagine, Darkseid Ray had everyone just frothing at the mouth for Goth Mommy Ray. And then you got Cobb Vanth, where people were like, I could miss him, never unlock him, and still the game would move on, unless they give him like an FDC, where it's like, whenever Jawa inflicts a thermal detonator, it deals 99% max health damage. Like it's just there's gonna be no reason to go after it, like a character like Cobb Vanth, unless they give him an event for it or something.
We say that, and we know you're just going to R9 him. So.
What else am I going to do with him? I got everything in my roster is Relic 8 right now, so it's like R8's the threshold anyways, and most of my teams I'll R9 anyways. So
to be fair, I also just R9 all the new stuff, but hey. That is the way that the cookie crumbles these days. Okay. So next question is also Diesel Cheese, so we'll skip that. Lalna over here says 2 questions. First being, now that we have seen Rotter testing for solo offense in GAC, do you think CG will eventually give him more characters down the line for an option for a proper defense team, or do you think you want 99% of the time for him to be used on offense? I think he's just designed to be offense.
It's just he's just an offensive team, man. Like they did the same thing with Wampa. They curated him to being a solo unit offense. I mean, Savage is probably the closest they ever got to having a solo powerhouse that can kind of go both directions.
Yeah, I suppose.
But outside of that, man, when they make team like a character that's designed to run, like it's more powerful for running solo, it's always going to be better on offense. Like you can't do much else with it because
Nest used to be annoying way back.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah, but
she could
usually
solo stuff, and she was annoying on defense as well, right?
Well, right up until people, remembered that you can either instantly defeat her or just kill her with Revan. So it just
unless she had like 200% tenacity.
Well, there was a time where Revan couldn't kill her, right? They added that to his kit later on, didn't they? The whole reducing of max health if they've got bonus.
No,
protection.
that was part of it because that's how it countered Traya.
Yeah.
Ah.
I thought they added that later. My bad.
No. You could resist parts of it with super high tenacity on her, but yeah, I mean that's what I liked about the old style of things. There's too many ways to get rid of a character like Nest where she can't truly solo or be used as much as she used to be able to.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't think they're good. I think the whole design intention for that character was just, we intend this person to be a solo character. We're putting a team just in case you want to put him on defense, but that's not where he belongs. I mean, the stupid thing about Rotter is he's not a bounty hunter, so he doesn't have a contract, and he's leading Hut Cartel, so none of them can get their contracts. So it's like,
well, unless you use Mob Enforcer and Gamma Guard, right? They're not bounty.
Yay! It's just, I don't know. Yeah,
you knew exactly which units I wanted to get some dust off of.
Yeah. Okay, second part of Lalna's question. Second being, with how of the GLs? With the GLs, he was able to beat solo in 5v5 and 3v3 testing without the use of a Datacron. I mean, that goes both ways. They didn't have defensive Datacrons, he didn't have offensive Datacrons. How much do you think DCs will mess up his ability to counter most Galactic Legends, and what do you think his FDC will be? I'm thinking it'll be similar to Wampa in terms... Yeah, I mean, maybe. Wampa in terms of having a bonus 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. It will only affect him. I don't think they'll give... My personal opinion is I don't think he'll get a solo FDC. I think he'll have an FDC that will fit with Hut Cartel, but you just won't have to use them with him. Like, you just use that with...
I mean, if he gets...
Making good on defense, maybe, the FDC.
Potentially,
putting a full squad, maybe.
There's just too many mechanics that don't ride well with Rada. Like that's the problem with the Hut Cartel taking the leftovers, is that without being able to activate the payouts for the Hut Cartel bounty hunters that are available, you really leave a lot of power on the floor. And then like Gamo Guard specifically is looking for Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah.
And freaking Mob Enforcer is just like, what are you gonna do? Like you're still a crap character. Like it's you don't have more damage, you don't have more of a kit. You're just like, oh, I get tankier with Hut Cartel allies. Yeah, but they're not bounty hunter allies, and so you're not really getting anything out of it. The you're not getting the stacks of that you get from Jabba's ability, which I can't remember what the hell that's called. Right
Hired muscle.
Yeah, so like, you're not getting benefits that go to other classes. So it's like. I feel like it's a slight nod to players that could pick this up and use it as like, hey, we're giving some additional viability. It's the same thing with every other marquee in this set, right? Mm-hmm. With R5 getting Rebel fighter tags, with Carson Teva getting the Rebel tag as well. Zeb was the first full blown New Republic unit. Grogu has some Mandalorian synergy, which allows him to go somewhere else besides the New Republic team. The Imperial Snow Commander has got Imperial Remnant and Imperial Trooper synergy that it can run with, and then we'll see whatever else shakes loose. But they're giving a lot of they're giving us a lot of flexibility for where these units can go, and so I think this is one of those things where they're recognizing that, hey, we know that newer players are going to need a place to shove these characters until they can get the GL, or just a little bit more theory crafting for them. But for everybody else, it's just gonna sit there and do nothing until we get a GL kit.
Fun times. Yep. So thank you, Lalnut, for the question. Next one comes from Veggie Burrito. He says, hey guys, recently unlocked Leviathan. There are only 2 or maybe 3 Leviathans in my shard right now. Once I get it to 7 stars, which will be soon, how can I keep dropping down in fleets? Relic 10 DR, what's the best lineup? How can I keep dropping down in fleets? Or how do you stop?
I keep from is what I'm assuming they meant to say.
Yeah. Okay. So Relic 10 DR will make it more annoying to beat you. That nothing holds in perpetuity in fleet. You can beat everything, even an R10 Leviathan fleet. It will make your life very easy with an R10 DR, because less people are going to want to attack you, and your fleet, if you're not facing off against another DR fleet, you can just go in and hit auto, and it saves you some time. But I don't know, like the problem with fleet meta is it's so old and so stale that it's been figured out at this point. There are counters to everything.
There's so many counters to where you can use the bounty hunter fleet to counter it still, and a few other things to where it's like the more you invest into the team, the less likely you're to be attacked. But I mean, the reality is like the best thing you can do is, like, after you get knocked out of first, climb back into third and just pray that nobody wants to. They just want to take the fast route and not go through. They want to go from 5 to 1 and not go anywhere else. But that's about it. Like, there's not a way to future proof it. If anybody can go pull up a video from Bit or Scribe to see how the Executor fleet counters,
I pull up Bit Dynasty's videos.
Yeah, so do I. So I'm just like, I know Bit's got a very good video on this. I'm just gonna go. I can't tell you how many times I used to watch those. Like every fleet when back before when Leviathan was relatively new and their Relic 10 wasn't in yet, I would always pull them up. All right, Bit says you do this move first. All right. Because otherwise I never played with those counters. I mean, you never really see them in TW, and you just mirror match in GA or in Arena every day. So I always pull it up, and I think I watched your Mace counter to Leviathan about 500 times.
Thank you for the views, I guess.
Way back in the day. Just like, what's the turn order? Because it would never stick in my head because I never did it outside of the GACcy.
It was a bit tricky. Yeah.
Good stuff. But we wish you the best, Veggie Burrito. Enjoy fleet climbs and enjoy your 7-star Leviathan. It is good. Next question comes from Plocoon3645. He says, is Satil Shan worth taking to R9 or R10? I have the whole squad at R7 and it always loses. If yes, what are the best counters? Yes. R9 or R10 for me on Satil is absolutely fine. Mine is R9. Her best counter right now is, you could argue, takes out things like Stranger, but also takes out things like Ray. You do want to try and have as much relic levels across the entire team. She's about to get an absolutely busted Datacron as well, which is just obnoxiously good. So as soon as Conquest comes back, I'm going to be farming up that bad Mama Jamma because her level 9, it looks a lot of fun. Plus there is I can't remember. I don't think it's actually got preload TM, but it does have the 15% health and protection, I want to say.
No, that's the
Bastic is third meter.
Yeah, Basti's level 9 has got 15%, I want to say.
Yeah. Plus the 200% bonus protection.
Which is nice.
Which is annoyingly good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of torn. Like, I like the Satil has some interesting things about it that are going to make it like. I think the best part of her thing is the immunity to turn meter removal. Because I think almost everything else about it, the fights aren't going to last long enough for it to matter.
Well, just the pre-taunt alone just unlocks her kit.
The Basti does pre-taunt as well, no? Basti level
Yeah,
does
it does.
pre-taunt as
Yeah,
well.
it'll give tanks taunt, so it will pre-taunt for
So
her
I'm
as
leaning
well.
more towards Basti Cron because of that 15% turn meter. I don't know.
It'll be nice. It'll have its uses. Is what I'll say. I don't think it's going to be universally the best option, but I think it'll have its
You need
uses.
to have both, basically. You need to have both, basically.
Because I want to say that once the purple set dusts here, that where all the crons are out of the 25% turn meter gains, right? Or is there still some in the green set? No, still in the green set. Yeah, with the Inquisitor still has it. So that's going to be the way to kind of counteract some of those crons. If Darkside teams have that 25% turn meter, you might need to look at getting a TM boost. That's kind of usually what kills Satil from countering Stranger, is if too many of them move in front of her.
Yeah, it's scary. I've successfully done that counter twice in 3v3s, but it really is a case of please don't kill Jolie before he takes a turn. Yeah, because usually Revan dies, and then you're like, I got to revive Revan so that I can then mark Starkiller. And then if you can get to that revive and get to your first direct focus, it's usually game over. But it gets hairy.
Yeah, I had my Satil initially at Relic 7, and then I lost versus I wasn't able to take down Starkiller, and I'm like, okay, Relic 9. And as soon as I've done that, I mean, I did lose, but that was because of the Starkiller Cron a couple of times. But as soon as I got to Relic 9, the damage really increased from her leadership.
Yeah, well, she gains what, 9,000 protection going from R8 to R9 because they don't.
Yeah, but I was going from R7 to R9.
R9. Yeah, that's a big jump.
Her kit is so dependent on her max protection that R9. If you have the Old Republic team, R9 should be your minimum investment point. R10 is a luxury; it's not needed, but tanks gain so much. Like literally, the protection they get from relics, 60% of it all comes from R9 and R10. Like you get such a massive boost in that jump that it's, if you're gonna do it, if you have the rest of the team functional, it's worth the investment. Yeah.
Good times. But yes, I do think she's very much worth investing in. Next question comes from Silent Static, J-Mark. He says, with the ad of Rat of the Hut, do you think the all of offense strategy and banner efficiency will be the new common strategy? It already is. Always has been. Also, not a question, but I watch your streams and wanted to say, keep up the grind, Scribe. Your ceiling is infinite. Let us know when your brother's channel is ready. Oh, well, thank you, Static. Yeah, I mean, it's working on it. We should be doing the setup video next weekend. Yeah, what do you guys think? Is offensive efficiency GACcy basically the only way now? Is that?
I mean, we say that right until there's a stupidly powerfully good cron that only has a counter or two to it. And then the counter is not like 100% win rate, then it goes back to defense being useful again. But as it sits right now, with the current crons and everything else accounted for, I'd say that efficiency is the bread and butter for the character. So
yeah, especially since the latest changes to the ships, where everybody now just put cheese down on defense. Like before, at least you could get something with the ships done in terms of trying maybe get a hold or snipe some banners. But yeah, since then basically just if you drop a battle you lose basically.
Yeah. Next question comes from Smasher Bob. He says, what do you think the next Conquest unit will be? Do you think it will be tied to the New Republic or something off the wall?
Probably tied to the New Republic would be my guess. Well, maybe? No, sorry, Conquest unit. Sorry. I was thinking... I don't know.
It could be anything.
It could be anything. I'm really hoping it's like stuff from Maul Shadowlord is what I'm hoping for.
That would be nice.
That one I'm even a little torn up on if that's going to do it, if they can pull enough from there, because I don't really know. There's Inquisitors we could pull, the one, maybe a two, maybe a new mall, but I feel like we need, it's what I've been telling CG to do for, I don't know, it feels like a year now. Just pivot away from the current media. Like, tell Disney that that's not working. Let's go back to some of the like 90s kids feel goods and bring in some of that content where people are a lot more connected and are willing to invest more into. Because like right now, I mean, Andor was not nearly widely as accepted as the Era of the Anniversary was. The Era of the Anniversary was really only accepted because of, well, Maul looked really cool and Stranger was coming, and so there was a bunch of like incentive to kind of chase after it.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, Rada's kind of like, it's cool, but I don't need a solo unit. So,
Yeah.
but no, sorry, I was playing with numbers, or not numbers. I was looking at .gg. So Satele at Relic 1 to Relic 8 gains 12,000 base max protection.
That's all.
To go from, yeah. Okay. She goes from 63,000 at Relic 1 to 75,000 at Relic 8. From Relic 8 to Relic 10, she gains another 33,000. So it's like almost 3 times as much max protection.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even funny. Like if you have the team, like she is worth the Relic investment. It's the same thing for
for sure.
Even with like Balin and a couple other tanks that are tanks that are the leaders and the center point for the for the team. Like they're always worth higher Relic investments because they need the stats. You survive.
That's fair.
Anyway, moving on.
So Darth Saber in the chat also did comment. We have had conquest units for GLs in the past, like PK Hondo and Glatt both had them with Ezra and not Hu Yang, Shmi.
Shmi, yeah.
Yeah. I don't really often use Shmi with PK Hondo. Sometimes do, but he doesn't feel like a cat to a JMK or an Ezra to a Glatt. He just feels like okay.
His Omicrons are the protection for TW.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, in most scenarios, there are different uniques and different things playing together that give some advantageous behavior to swapping out which pirates you have there, which is still not bad. I think actually most people you end up using Smee with Maz and 3v3 just because that raw damage helps you burst through some of those harder teams.
Yeah.
Where Hondo, it's like if the fight takes you an extra 15 seconds by dropping Smee, it's like, oh no, the travesty. Like unless you're Scribe trying to finish a GACcy in 20 minutes, like 30 seconds isn't going to kill you most of the time.
We cleared that last team with literal seconds on the timer. That was a fun experience. That was. I don't ever want to do that again. But I mean, it could happen. We could have a conquest unit, New Republic, that's a lifter for a new GL. It is, it's happened for quite a few of them. But it could also be something.
I feel like they would have led with that a little bit sooner. That's all I feel like is like they would have started there with the one that we got for Cobb Vanth.
Yeah,
but maybe they wanted to wait. Maybe we'll get one. Who knows?
Otherwise, because really that's the other thing, right?
Where these other marquees are going to go.
We'd be waiting quite a while for we'd be waiting quite a while for that lifter unit to come out if we're assuming the GL drops at the end of this era, right? Because
no, I would say the GL drops at the end of the next era. No, wait, this one finishes in 2 more months.
Yeah,
so that's June and July. So the GLs typically have been landing late September. So you would still be 2 months into the next era. So there would still be 4 months there. We got 1 more month of Cobb Vanth. So, I mean, in theory, you could still technically squeeze it in. But again, what are we going to do with the rest of these marquees? Because it's like, clearly, I think Zeb is going to be a part of the team. Colonel Ward, for sure. Grogu and the Zalians, for sure. The new GL, okay. So either we lose 2 of the marquees and they're trash and they just go to live in a rebel lineup that nobody cares about anymore. Or maybe we see something with the new unit, but they do have 2 GACcy Omicrons on the team, which is interesting. So,
it helps for 3s, I guess. Right. Okay. Cool. Next question comes from OneShot223. Says, with EA being mostly owned by the Saudis and private equity, well, not yet, they're not. Do you worry about the future of Capital Games? Oh, the full purchase is supposed to be going through this June. Do I worry about the future? As long as the game's profitable, I don't see a reason for them to shutter it.
No.
The game is profitable. It's just, it's almost insignificant, I think, on EA's scale of income. When you look at things like EA, FC, and Ultimate Team and stuff that they get from that, and then you've got Battlefront, whatever one it is. I don't think that there's a big enough profile on here for them to really care. You know?
No, and
that could swing either way.
I can't see them wanting to lose the IP, and they don't own Disney, so
no.
I can't see that getting messed with. And I honestly, I agree. It's too small on the radar to be like let's gut this program. Like, no. I can't imagine it going anywhere else. I mean, when Pokemon Go got bought out, it actually improved the game.
Did it?
Didn't
play it.
So
I think I played it for a little bit when it first came out. What do you think, Bet? You think mergers and acquisitions means Swigger is getting shuttered?
No, I don't think so. Like you guys said, as long as it's making money and they have, permission from Disney, right, that they don't lose the Star Wars license, like, why would they shut it down unless they want to shift their resources to a new game? But,
and CG hasn't got a good track record.
We saw how that went.
But, the way things are looking now, they're investing a lot into the era system, into the new player experience, returning player experience. So the way they've been going now, it doesn't seem like, there would be some indications that there would be some chatter that, we don't know about, that they might think like, we might,
well, I mean,
down, so.
maybe all this investment is actually them saying, quick, we need to prove our worth. Let's try and revamp, re-identify, and build up another player base so that they don't get rid of us.
There's your risk management.
Indeed, they're that's their controls. Make themselves indispensable. But it's still profitable. Companies don't tend to just close down profitable businesses. They'll close down when they are struggling. Okay, cool. Let's go on to the next question then. Thank you, One Shot. Jake asks, since we've already got an era dedicated to the newest movie, what other eras do you think we're going to get this year, aside from maybe Maul's Shadowlord? Ooh, I'd struggle to actually see us getting Maul's Shadowlord straight away. Normally, it takes CG a while to adapt like media content into eras or into just general marquees. Normally it takes them about a year. I think the film is different because it was a film. They're like, I'm pretty sure Disney probably pressured them saying, by the way, new film's coming out, you must get out content relating to Mando and Grogu, right? And I think that's why it landed when it did.
I mean, they'd be silly or not, there's so much
exactly
advertisement campaign. I would imagine around the movie you want to capture the hype, I guess. Why would you skip
100%.
that? Whereas something as the Mole TV show where,
Did you watch the Mole TV show bit?
I'm halfway through it, actually. Okay. Work's been crazy lately, so I'm struggling to find time. But I did watch, I think, 3 episodes on my flight the other day. So it's kind of interesting.
It's decent, actually. Yeah, I enjoyed the experience overall. I thought it was good.
I mean, overall, like the way Mole's been portrayed in these all the animated series, whether it was Rebels or whichever, was like he's kind of, you can say, a bad guy, but there's just something likable about him. Like he's gonna trick you in the end, but I don't know. There's just something like you kind of, I don't know, relate to him in one way. He's just like this prototypical bad guy, where you just go like, oh no, he's bad, right? You're like, maybe he's not bad. Maybe he's got a point. Maybe he's just misunderstood or something, Or...
And then he kills you and steals all your money. But yeah,
exactly.
And you're like, you rascal, you. Anyways, he's a likable guy.
I thought it wasn't Ahsoka supposed to be lined up next. Ahsoka.
There is a season 2 Ahsoka coming out, but I think it's not until next year now. I think they've delayed. Season 2 of that.
Who knows what next era will be. I was thinking it's going to be Ahsoka, but who knows?
I'm not sure. I'm hoping that we get something to do with fleets as the next era, because we need new ships. But
We
again,
had so
I don't
many
know how they do
I'm like,
fleets.
we had pirates added to the game. How can you
Yeah.
have pirates and not have ships?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, what's a pirate without a ship? Like, how can they be a pirate, right? Man, it was such a missed opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. And the funny thing is now that all of the New Republic characters that they released are all pilots as well. It's like, where's
Hey,
the
maybe
ships,
New
bro?
Republic fleet's coming. Hey,
Could be. You
maybe.
know? Like
It's what has me thinking that they're going to spend 2 eras around the New Republic era.
Okay.
So like I
okay.
think they'll do another one after this as a way.
Oh, it's gonna be like pirate fatigue. It's like, oh my god, when will the pirate stuff
Yeah.
end, right? It's gonna be like, when will the New Republic end already?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay, so next question comes from Eggnods. Sorry, go ahead. Yep.
Maybe next era will be tied to a new raid. I don't know. Carvin feed you for a new raid.
Hope so. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love getting max personal crate on this raid, and I'll ride that wave as long as it exists, because that's just more and more return on my investment. But I like it when new raids come out. They're fun to figure out, and they make for good content. So give me a new raid. I'll take one. Next question comes from Eggnods, Mr. Eggnods himself. Dear Bit Dynasty, this one's specifically for you, Bit.
Oh boy.
Do you feel personally attacked by CG basically removing every one of your core content types? Do you think they're jealous of your beauty and are trying to push you out? Bit, mate.
Of course.
They're baldest, man. That's what it is.
I literally never had any contact with CG, so I doubt they watch my videos or anything, but I don't know. It's just the way it is, right? Yeah, because maybe it's my own doing, my own fault. I always kind of try to find maybe more niche content that, it's not so widely covered already, because, feels like a bit redundant if I'm just repeating the content that everybody else is making. So I'm always trying to find something maybe that, is not maybe as spread. Like, who does territory battle videos, right? That get like, not even 1,000 views. Yeah. I do, because I enjoy doing them. I don't think it's,
Yeah, I feel like that's like...
If that's what they're doing, then I feel flattered, because it means they actually watch my stuff.
Yeah. It's one of the like conundrums of YouTube, that trying to intersect something that you want to make that people want to watch en masse is the tricky part, right? It's like, how do you make a Venn diagram out of something you want to do, something you want to make, and something people want to watch? Hit that in the middle, and you've got like freaking nirvana for a content creator. But it's very difficult to make those ends meet, as it were. So you just do what you do. Got to do what you do.
Shout out to Egnars, though.
Yeah, Mr. Eggy. He does a lot of his own very niche content as well. He specifically looks into things like, the viabilities of or the value in packs and stuff like that. A lot of
Cantina drop rates recently was a very good one.
Yeah, no, it was very good stuff. I think I covered his own spreadsheet stuff as well myself. Right. Next question. We are getting through these. Vice Torn says, do you think CG will increase the frequency of episode store refresh with the update? I hope so. That means more signal data.
Because in screenshot it was only 20 a week, wasn't it? And I'm like, yeah, but what is 20?
25, I think it was. But yeah, 25 a week, okay. It's not a lot, but I'll take it. If they give me a 2...
stingy with blue signal data. They've been very stingy. Like they added the other stuff as well in some other shipments. The blue one, they've been very stingy with it, man.
Yeah, they don't like giving us that one.
It's still a profitable thing for people to engage with. I mean, they have the metrics on what people spend on, and because blue signal is such a terrible farm that it's almost always more advantageous to spend crystals on like the weekly shipments or other resources on it than it is to farm it through fleet or whatever when you need it. That they're going to leave it as a choke point, because I mean the new seal data no one gives a shit about anyways, because it's only 15. B, there's like maybe a few hundred of us that are blowing through it at a regular rate, but outside of that, you're just not going through it enough for it to matter. So
Yeah,
they
I only
they, they
usually
do
get
leave intentional choke points all the time. I mean, they're still waiting for R9 to get opened up more.
yeah. I still only do corrupted signal data when I'm about to relic 10 something. It's just like, I think you need like 360 tier 1 signal data to burn through to get 15, and that's usually how I do it. I'm just like, I'm going to R10 something, let's just burn through tier 1 signal data and do it for this one time, because you relic 10 so infrequently, or at least most of us relic 10 frequently, Carl. Most of us.
Or some of us didn't do it yet at all.
Or that. Karth, I think you've got like 45 relic 10s or something.
36 hours, I'll have enough for 5 more relic 10s.
Jesus Christ.
But the
Just
problem
5
is
more.
I don't want to do it though, because like I'm keeping a running tab of what I need for like the Cobb Vanth team and the new marquees and where I want them to go. Like, I don't want to spend until I've got them done, because I'm like, I could do like, I'm really I'm torn on a couple of options. One is to go after the JMK team and get it full relic 10, because the team is so dependent on the mastery of the squad. To like, same thing with why I did Lord Vader, is the team's just kind of dependent on the mastery of the squad as a whole to its effectiveness. But there's other ones that I want to do, like getting Bausch to relic 10 for the additional crit chance and damage. And
these are such luxury R10s you're talking about.
Yeah, doing GK and Cal Kestis for kicks and giggles. I'm fighting the urge to do sortie.
Just for that Datacron, isn't it?
Just for that Datacron, man. I want to slap her in the middle of my Ray team. And
I think she'll do a lot of damage with that Kron, because it's hard to quantify like how much more damage she'll do.
It depends on how the calculation's chosen, but we're losing a lot of the good defense crons with this purple set dusting, where people aren't going to have the ability to kind of re-roll as much as they did with the purple set was available. So you're going to see less and less crons with 300% defense. So I mean, you know, if you mod her offensively and she's get like 7,000, 7,000 base offense before you factor anything that she gets in from the improvements from Ray's leadership, times that by 1,000 and 1,250% increase. I mean, it's still gonna, it's still gonna hit pretty hard, whether or not the defense check is gonna mitigate part of that. I don't think it's going to delete teams quite as much as it will with the old sortie nuke option, but that's also the thing that I'm at too, is like, it's just like, okay, well, the Hondo Kron dies in a week, right? So I'm like, if sortie is a real menace under Ray, well, Slacker just got freed up to go screw with her, and there's nothing that sortie can do that prevents Slacker from just stun locking her until he can kill her.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's just,
especially with Ezra out of the picture.
Yeah. So it's like, who cares? Like, it's just like, I almost want to do the sortie nuke team just for the sake of like, it'd be funny, but the the problem with that is it goes right back to the same issue, is that it's going to be so ugly for banners.
Yeah.
That it's like, why even run the team? If I'm going to lose like 7 or 8 banners running the team, it's like, why bother? Just let it go. I'll go back to playing with anything else.
Yeah, because I remember when Scavenger Ray, she had the same level 9 way back. I mean, she was like, I could get her to crit for like 300k or something, so that was pretty good. But I don't know, Ray is an attacker. I don't know how sortie will do. Although her AoE does multiple instances of damage, I think, right?
Yeah, it deals damage 3 times.
Yeah,
so
maybe
it could get nutty, but it's like, you need to be doing like 1 million damage without critting, and then you can really have a conversation about it. But it's just hard to say where it's going to go.
Yeah, I'm not R10ing my sortie, mate. But you do you, buddy. You do you.
I said I was thinking about it. I'm not even like
give it a week. Give it a week, and I'll see that screenshot of your R10 sortie somewhere. It'll happen.
Probably.
Okay, I can't remember what the question was. What was the question? Did I delete it? God damn it.
Probably.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, next question's Bubba Joe. Greetings, tribe of scribe. I come here with joyous anger. Oh, God. The worst kept secret, Rotter, was finally revealed in this week in all his gladiatorial glory. I was elated that he might have another Wampa that might be able to make waves solo style, until I saw he was cursed with Hut Cartel. Why, oh, why would CG do this to my poor Rotter? Please tell me you share my outrage. Is this the worst keyword character pairing in Swigger? I mean, he's still kind of a solo beast. I mean, that's where he's supposed to be, but obviously in TB and stuff, you can't take in solo units, and that's what kind of fucks with things like Wampa and Bane even. So you're not going to be able to use him... well, I mean, you could probably try and use him as a TB team, but late game, you have so many goddamn TB teams. You don't need another one. Well, that's how
unless it's a fun one, or you just hit auto and you're done in 30 seconds. But
yeah, that's nice. Marokomi. I love the Marokomi. It's just like, that's such a nice luxury Zeta to have, Omi to have.
Still paying dividends.
Yeah.
That Omi is so good.
Yeah. How do you guys feel about him having a Hut Cartel tag?
I mean, whatever.
He's a hut. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah. It's not that big of a deal. I want to say, I'm going to go look it up real quick because I have the Omicron.
Obviously, I didn't see the movie, so I don't know exactly what role he plays in the movie. But yeah.
Hashtag no spoilers.
But I mean, with the Gamorrean Guard Omicron, I think the team will do just fine. Like, you don't need Gamorrean Guard with Jabba. So Gamorrean Guard gets plus 50% critical avoidance, defense, and tenacity. Other Hut Cartel allies gain 50% max health, max protection the first time. Each other Hut Cartel ally falls below 50% health. They gain damage immunity for 1 turn, which can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented. If the ally in the leader slot is Hut Cartel and not Gamorrean Guard, whenever they use an ability, Gamorrean Guard assists. So at least the Omicron's not stuck behind Jabba. So
yeah.
I mean, you can probably put Rada and Hut Cartel and Gamorrean Guard together and do plenty of things. Again, the issue that I brought up way earlier was we don't need more teams for the middle planet line. Like, it's just
it's true.
Already plenty of mixed teams, so having another one isn't going to do anything. And it's the only place you can use him, because you can't use him on the dark side path because he's light side, and you can't go light side because you can't solo MTB for anything. So,
he's a light side?
Yeah. Well, you can see that in game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't. I said it's been crazy a couple of weeks. I'm struggling to follow what's happening in Swagger.
Yeah, so
he's a light side. Oh man,
you need to watch the film.
yeah. Okay.
But anyways, with that being the case, it just puts him in a position where it's not very usable. So I mean, will he be a good unit? Yeah. Can he make it work? Sure, but you just have so many good options for the middle path that it's like, one more isn't solving anything.
Although those missions of Ender are kind of annoying, so anything to speed those up.
Yeah, I love spending 20 minutes throwing Glat, Ezra, and 3 Ewoks and just hitting auto and walking away and then coming back. Could they just solo? Well, they duo.
Well, if you would quit slacking and get the rest of your Spectre to Relic 9,
but I don't.
You'll find
it would save me 15 minutes probably.
Yeah,
once every
I just
2
hit
weeks.
auto, and then Pada once Sabine just starts wrecking after she ramps up. Like, I just hit auto.
Do you have her Omi as well for TB?
I do not have Omi.
Is it her that has?
No, Hugh Yang's got the TB
Omi. Huge Wang. Right. Okay. Yeah.
No, I don't.
What you need?
I try to make content for TB without Omicrons because it's maybe a bit more, accessible to people, so they don't rely on Omicrons.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah, most people don't want to do any TB Omis. I mean, I'm like that for the most part myself.
Come on, they're so much fun.
They are fun, Karth, but when you are someone who has every Omi, so it's okay.
That's true. I enjoy some of them though. There are some that are a lot of fun. Like the Finn Omi is still like pound for pound one of the best things they ever put in the game. But
figure that.
Yeah. Anyways,
right, we're nearly done with questions, guys, and then we can wrap up. So Richie Fritch says, are you all seeing R10 making an impact on players? From my viewpoint, if the player without the R10 knows the counter, it doesn't really matter at all if another relic gap if they are R7 or above. R10 isn't flipping the script, it's not an automatic win. no, yeah, R10 doesn't really. It doesn't unequivocally decide who wins or who loses. Does it help? Sure, but it's by far it's not the deciding factor unless you're going up against Calf.
Yeah, the further the spread gets, the more and more the relic levels start to matter. But like, there are going to be times where sometimes where you can take advantage of it, because like in the Leia counter to Ahsoka, Jin being weak is beneficial because it only locks them on her tighter with the AI's targeting.
Mm-hmm.
So it's beneficial to have certain things like that, but it's one of those things where it's like Relic 10 Lord Vader is going to get harder for Relic 7 Bo-Katan to deal with without good Kron support. But that's always been the problem, is Krons can carry so hard that until Relic Delta gets, like, we get to R11, R12, where the spenders are going to have access to that tier of things, then you're going to see the difference, because you can't counter my Relic 12 Spectre team with Relic 8 Leia anymore. Like, you're just not going to be able to do it. They're going to die to an AoE from Sabine very early.
They're going to time out.
or the timeout, because they'll never kill
Glat, probably.
Glat, yeah. So I mean, it's Relic 10 was never designed to be a pivotal, oh my god, Relic 10 is a massive game changer. It's the building blocks for them continuing that progression system again, because we stalled out on R9 for so long. So if we hadn't stalled out on R9 for 4 years or however,
something like that, 3 or 4 years, can't remember,
3 or 4 years, forever.
Yeah.
Then there would have been a lot more difference. Players had time to catch up to Relic 7, so that, being a couple Relic level differences, it doesn't impact anybody. But if we get Relic 12 in the next calendar year, and you've only gone to Relic 8 and I've gone to Relic 12, well, that's an RD of 4. You're taking like 90% increased damage and reduced 40% damage. I know that's not the exact numbers, but still. It's going to eventually get to the point where, my wallet is going to sit there and go, screw you. You can't participate in this anymore. But I mean, once it pulls apart, it'll be fine again. But there'll be a couple of months in between where there are going to be some very unhappy people. That's nothing new.
What, in this community? No, come on. Everybody loves this game.
In any community.
Yeah.
I'm mad all day, every day, that my free-to-play account cannot keep up with somebody who spent $100,000. The audacity!
How dare they? Next question comes from Silent Static. Would you rather farm Ahsoka and Ezra for GAC as a team, or 4 or 5 S2A regular teams for GAC? I usually go at it from approach of, I like to build out economy generating teams that also benefit me in GAC. My focus is very rarely GAC. So Ahsoka has got an economy event, and it's decent. Ezra is fantastic. Glat is a decent team. But you can do so much with such a variety of teams. It's hard to say. I don't know. I'd probably lean to get all the Galactic Legends. Just get them done. Thoughts, guys? Would you rather go for Glat with Ezra, or 4 or 5 S2A regular teams? Like, I'm guessing that means just non-GL.
Yeah, I mean, depends where your roster is, right? It's difficult to say without looking at the roster. But otherwise, Ahsoka, Ezra, even for territory battles, they can basically auto anything.
Yeah.
So, they have their beasts in that regard as well, just outside of Grand Arena. But, if you have a smaller roster and you don't have any GLs, you don't have lots of legendary teams, might be worth getting some of those legendary teams built up. But at the same time, you can have 4 or 5 legendary teams, but what if Ahsoka and Ezra can actually stop your opponent from clearing them, whereas those legendary teams would not? So it's obviously difficult to exactly say, without seeing the roster and their situation.
And to be clear, we're not asking to see your roster. Thank you, Silent Static.
No roster reviews today.
No.
I will explicitly ignore it if you link it in the questions channel. I might actually delete it before the stream starts. I'll tell you right now. I'm a monster like that, but I'm pretty adamant that I don't want to do
At least you're consistent.
roster advice on Sundays.
Joe Wildheart says, to Bit Dynasty, since making the Cobb Vanth video, have you been approached by any major Hollywood producers? What? What did you do in your Cobb Vanth video, man?
Did you not see it? Oh my god.
No. What was I gotta watch it now. Hold
Did
on.
get demonetized though. Did get demonetized.
Hang on. Was it R-rated?
No, I used. It said I used footage from the Boba
Oh, from the
or
actual
whatever
TV series.
episode.
Was it Mando?
Yeah, because
Right.
I normally use clips and bits and stuff for my intros. But this one was like longer. I use dialogue as well. So okay, I guess.
Yeah. YouTube can be annoying like that. It's like it gets in the
you
way of
know
making
what?
fun stuff.
You know what is what it is. Like it's same like for example, for music, you get copyright strike.
Yep.
Okay, fine. I used your music. Okay, fine. I used your content. But can we at least then share the revenue rather than just you don't get anything? Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I still made the video. Surely we
Yeah.
could share. But I'm like, you know what? For the amount of views I get, it's fine. I had fun making it, and
I'm gonna
the
watch
son
it
of
after the end of this.
People enjoyed it a lot. Yes, people enjoyed it.
Good. I'm definitely gonna watch that. But no Hollywood producers knocking on your door. Really? God damn.
Well, if they would, I wouldn't be here, would I? I would be in Hollywood.
I'd be over there making some films. Yeah, cool. Roy says, good day, the whale and the balds. We're all bald today. Has Cart seen Mole yet? I think that's a stank face saying no.
I mean, I know everything that happens in the show. I just haven't sat down and watched it. I was going to do it when we were at the coast last weekend and power through the entire thing. And then my dog decided to have a pretty much nonstop panic attack for 3 days straight.
Oh.
So
Which dog
he
was
was
it?
not Winston. He was just not
Winston
having
Pooch.
being in a new home
He
for
didn't
whatever
like it.
reason.
Oh.
Didn't like it. So like we couldn't leave them unattended. They had to go everywhere with us. We had to do everything with them. So we just ended up being outside and walking them a lot because if we got him to sheer exhaustion,
Yeah.
then he would pass out. But then we
Oh,
were also exhausted
poor
because
Winston.
I walked like 8 miles that day.
Yeah.
And then I was like, nah, put on like MASH and then passed out on the couch, woke up 2 hours later to get up and go to bed. So big times.
Fair enough. And how much time do you spend on getting videos out on Conquest cheeses? Are you also viewing other content creators in the process? I quite often, I can't speak for Bit, but when I'm doing Conquest videos, I'm often going back and looking through my own previous videos to see what I've cheesed in the past. It takes a significant amount of time. Honestly, every time a new Conquest comes out and I do the videos, I question whether it's worth my time and effort and headache. I'm just like, oh, here we go again. Let's spend a couple of hours each sector trying to get all this shit out and find stuff and change stuff. Because unfortunately, it feels like the feats, they're not necessarily any harder or imaginative to do. They're just slightly different. And the data disks are not nuanced enough to make it really fun and interesting and how to solve it. So a lot of times you end up doing the same kind of cheeses over and over again, and then it feels a little bit boring, and people know it. At least that's my stance. How about you, Bit? Does it take you a while?
Yeah, I mean, I used similar like you. I would go back and watch some of the stuff, and then obviously other members of community, they come on Discord and share videos from other content creators, and I have a look as well and see what they're doing. Normally I would check yours and Vex because you guys do a good job of cheesing. And then when I do my cheese videos, I try not to repeat what you guys doing. Like I try to maybe swap out discs or swap out a unit in case people don't have it, instead of just repeating exactly what you guys are doing. But the latest Son of Conquest was the first one I didn't do any cheese videos because it just seemed like the feats are becoming more and more about like, do you have the latest units or not? And also the discs that we had in this latest run, outside of the training droids, which, you just put on and the enemy can't die. Like, it just seems like there wasn't really a lot of opportunities to make cheese, because I like to make practical cheese videos, which means like do you really need to cheese this in one battle, or you'll just do it throughout the sector in your 20 battles anyway? If you're gonna do it, and why would I cheese it, right? So
Yeah.
definitely fits in this and previous volume of Conquest. Not as cheesable as they used to be. So it seems like they're going in this direction. I think, especially now with the era system, it's just gonna be like have anniversary units, do the stuff with them. Have Andrew units, do stuff with them, basically. So I don't know. It seems like they've taken a bit of a creativity away from Conquest lately. That's at least from my point of view.
Yeah.
Trying to
I
get
do
you
think that's
engaged
true.
with that era system. Come on, get those newest marquees up and running. You need them for conquest, buddy.
But
the best
it-
game mode in the world.
The other side of it as well is when it comes to that is because of like where the cadence lands, we get a conquest like halfway through an era. So like the end of an era happens, but we have a new conquest right before, so you can't even have new feats for new characters introduced then. It has to wait until another 3 months for another version of conquest to drop. And so the timing is a little bit weird on it now. I don't know if CG's ever going to change and address that, but I doubt it, I suppose. Yeah, it's kind of strange.
Maybe my view will change once my new account hits 4 mil GP, and I might try hard for gold crate. Maybe I'll again be like invigorated to find some low gear cheese or something. But
yeah,
it's
I'd really
difficult
need
to
do
come
that.
up with this stuff when you have a big account that has everything. So it's kind of more difficult these days. But there's hopefully a new account. It's at 3.8 mil GP.
Oh, nice.
So maybe not next, but maybe the run after. Maybe I'll get to 4 mil. I don't know.
Yeah. Final thing from Roy then. How are we feeling on the changes in Colosseum with loaned units, but with also the changes in the store starting next week with the new rewards we're getting? Is Colosseum getting in a better daylight, or has it still got some work ahead of it? I'll take your thoughts first, gents. How do you feel about the changes to Colosseum with loaned units? How do you feel about... I don't know if you've seen the new... Oh, yeah, no, you have seen it because we mentioned it earlier, didn't we?
I've seen briefly. I didn't
yeah.
fully look into it, but yeah.
Yeah, what's our thoughts, guys? Happy, unhappy, more work to be done?
I'm waiting to see how this will pan out because obviously before, obviously somebody that, I don't spend even crystals on any of the Colosseum stuff to level up my units. Before kind of, you slowly were making to level 65, whereas now I will have Zeb at level 60, and I'm like, and they say that we will be kept at level 65 still, right? So it seems like a quick progression.
105 should be 40 plus whatever it was before.
Yeah.
So even the free to play will get higher.
Yeah.
I thought they said that we'll stay at 65. I thought I've seen that. But okay, if we get to 105, okay, cool.
It scales. The new levels scale the exact same way the old system does. So they increase the number of levels, but they still expect the scaling to go. So the new free to play cap should still be gear 12, but it's just going to be a higher air level now. So the air level unlock is now higher. It was just as a way to give more continued progression, so you're not stuck for so long. And then they added more tiers in Colosseum solely to help ease that as well, so that it's incrementally easier to get there. But literally once you get to I think it's the next, like once you get past the free to play stuff, they added a lot of material for that, and then everything else scales almost identically up to where it used to be, except for now we can go to Relic 8 as the max instead of Relic 6.
Yeah.
So,
that's if you go to 135 or something, is it?
Yeah, 135.
Okay.
Which is still crazy money.
Yeah. Yeah, but otherwise, the loaned units, I think, are better than summoned units, because then at least you pick and choose who you want to bring in, rather than saying, well, if you bring this, we take away the best summon unit, right? So it gives you a little bit more control over that, what team you bring in. It also kind of, I guess, allows you just to focus on that one unit level up. Just, like I'm just firing up Zeb, and everybody else on unit just kind of upgrade automatically. So
yeah,
I like the changes because I think it's overall a better system. I'm trying to there's clearly a reason why they are throttling down how quickly we can expand. Because in the previous, you could do air level 70 right out the rip, which in the new system would be air level 110.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like you could be miles above people who aren't spending if you were willing to put the cash towards it. Not that it's the greatest plan, but you could. And so now they're really throttling down how much progression you can make, because you can only get past certain choke points when the new marquees release, because the Zerks are now added into the recipes to be only basically to gatekeep how far you can go every marquee release. And that's probably going to be something that ties into the eventual release of Era Arena as a way to keep players from just, being entirely dominant for so long that they're not competitive anymore. They don't really have to engage with the mode anymore, because, you're max level at week 1. So I get why that's the case. But I don't really care for how slow the era improvements are. I wish they were a lot more clear about what pay to win advantage was to engaging with certain things. Because clearly when R5 released, there was a nice advantage to your era level for buying the shard packs and getting the shards, but it wasn't consistent. Zeb doesn't have it. We don't see anything for the upcoming marquee or other marquees, and so like we just don't know how that's going to play out. So it's like where's the benefit of engaging with some of this stuff when you don't have it? And so I guess I don't know. For me, I feel like I'm too throttled back, and I don't have a good enough answer as to why that's the case. But I mean, plus side, I spent way less unlocking these 2 marquees at max era level than I did in the previous set, because I was forced to wait because I couldn't go any further anyways. But I don't know. We'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, it's definitely different. It feels, some degrees it feels like there's always progression, just because you get the daily loaned units. I much prefer loaned units over summoned units. A lot more theory crafting potential there. It's a lot more fun to have options, just generally speaking. So that's good. I love the new store changes that are coming in Tuesday, I want to say, or when it refreshes. That's going to be great.
Yeah.
Is there more to be done? Yeah, I think so. I think we could always have more. I'd like to see more bosses rotate, personally. I'd like to see even more store entries, to be honest. give me another blue signal data one. That's 50. and scale the price so I could buy 75 a week, and then we're cooking. Then we're cooking. Now I can make some real progress. But overall, I think it's getting better. It's getting better. It's just slowly. All right. We've got 2 questions left. Fat Charlie 369 says, with GL Mando basically confirmed, what do you think his team will consist of? Okay, these are 3 questions. I imagine it's going to be Mando, Grogu, and Zellen's, the New Republic units. It's
the better question is, who are you getting rid of? Captain Teva or whatever his name is?
Carson Teva.
Carson Teva or R5. Who are you dropping? And from what I can read in the kits, it sounds like Carson's the one getting the axe.
He's also the leader, right?
Seems like he seems like he's just like a leader until you get Mando, sort of thing.
Yeah, because the droid gives you the retaliate boost, and that's part of Colonel Ward's kit is based off the retaliate being dispelled and things of that nature. So it feels like that he's going to be the one that gets cut out.
Could well be. Second part of this is, will the next era go towards GL Mando as well? We've kind of talked about this. Karth thinks so. I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't.
Yeah,
personally.
I wouldn't be surprised, because I feel like they've done so much background work on a New Republic fleet that it feels like it's going to have to bleed into another era just to get, if they're going to do a new fleet on top of the new GL.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where my head's at with it, at least. Is like,
but ships are not a part of the era system, though, so they can just release ships alongside the new era.
Oh yeah, but what I'm saying is it doesn't limit the fact that they might need more time to get more pilots out, because they're not going to release a new GL and a new capital ship in the same window. It won't happen. So
probably not.
They could release more pilots in the next era, spend more time in that era of getting more of that out, and then getting us some of the ships. Because I mean, we would still need a minimum of 5 brand new ships to make this fleet work, and a capital ship. So it's like we only have 2 pilots right now. I guess technically 3 with Carson.
Mando be a pilot.
Yeah,
could be, but we need
be.
a new Razor Crest too.
Yeah, but I mean,
I
just do that.
Yeah, that could be the new. And that, I mean, if we get the next Conquest unit is a ship, then that's kind of where things will go. But that's kind of where my head's at, is that they're going to have to a degree, keep pushing out more things, because like we still need probably a couple more pilots at a minimum. We still probably need a little bit more. And then some time to roll the ships out. So I could assume that could take well until December to get the new fleet out the gate, if it's coming after the GL. So
okay, final part is, what Rex do you think the new GL Mando will require? All of this era's units?
Almost everything except for everything. I don't see a reason why it wouldn't include everything. Everything is tied to him.
They did say, I think they did say everything, including the hut, right? They will all be needed.
Well, the newsletters that they've put out for the marquees, like Colonel Ward, for example. Colonel Ward is a requirement at 4-star, unlocking the Journey Guide for Rot of the Hutt, and will be a requirement for this year's Galactic Legend. They've said that for each marquee. So I don't think necessarily they're saying Rotter is, but so far every marquee that has come out is a requirement for the new GL. So far. So 3 of them.
So outside of the new marquees, probably the 2 other Mandos at Relic 9 or 10.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised they put a R10 in there for BAM.
I wouldn't be surprised if we get an R10 requirement for this GL. It just makes sense. We've had R10 come out. There's always going to be requirement creep.
Three R9. Yeah, we had 3 R9 requirements for Ahsoka, getting the 3 other Ahsokas to Relic 9. So I mean, I would be wildly unsurprised if they weren't at least R9 requirements for the Mando.
BAM and OG Mando, maybe one of the Grogus.
Yeah, they could do IG-12 or IG-11.
Greef,
yeah, I could see Greef,
Cara Dune.
I mean, think of any and all Mando characters from the show, and they high chance that they'll be a part of what's is required.
Yeah, we could get the new Greef Karga, the one that had like the rat. He was the High Magistrate or something.
Yeah.
That's an idea for a unit.
Yeah. There's loads, loads that we could have, but usually it's about 12 units, and usually a ship as well. So maybe the Razor Crest will be required, because like the old Razor Crest, not necessarily the new one. Or it could just be something random. Who knows? There's usually a fleet requirement.
Starfighter.
The Vulture droid, because reasons.
Well, he was rescued during the Separatist occupation of his home, so there's
it all ties back.
B2 could be there. He's been the very first.
B2 at Relic 10 confirmed.
Yeah,
there you go.
You heard it here first, guys. We got the inside track.
I'm for it.
Yeah. All right. Last question. Silent Static says, does Relic Delta and Relic 10 remind you of when Gear 13 came out? Why? Because it came out and then they started releasing Relic levels? Like we had Gear 13 for like a year or something.
Gear 13 was way more impactful than Relic 10 because it allowed you to complete the gear set or the tier. So you got the speed, your speed mods were able to take the increase, your stats were able to go up. There was a lot of nuanced with the Gear 13 being complete, or basically finishing Gear 12 plus and then being able to complete it. That felt more impactful than what we get with Relic 10. But Relic 10 was it's the first step of a series. Like we're waiting for more relics to keep coming to solidify the purpose of Relic Delta and continuing forward.
Side note, do you remember how ugly Gear 13 used to look with that sunset orange red?
Yeah.
That was grim. It looks so much better with the yellow and the blue and red.
Yeah. I don't know what made them think of that color scheme for Gear 13.
It was
Because
nasty.
it's like they could have done like you could have just left it gold because we only use gold for gear 12,
Yeah.
and they were like, oh, we want to differentiate. I'm like, yeah, but you didn't do that for like gear 9 to gear 11, so who gives a shit?
Yeah, yeah. Or they could have done it, and make it look a little bit more like Kyber, like that silver and blue sort of color or something. But hey, it was a choice.
Are
It
we
was a
supposed
choice.
to circle back and answer Diesel Cheese's questions on it? We're at
I
the
mean,
end.
we could do. It depends how much patience you have for it.
It'll either be quick answers or
Okay,
or,
we'll do very, very quick answers then, because we are overrunning now. Okay, so do I use my crystals to take gas from Gear 12, 6 star to Relic 8, or do I use them on Dark Side Ray Shards? Currently I have 190, I only need gas for Lord Vader, and have the 501st at R8. I have Slacker at Relic 10, and most of the First Order faction at R7. Oh...
Well, if you have Kylo, I would say Dark Ray.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kylo without Ray.
yeah,
And also, Lord Vader, if you don't have dark side clones, it's not clear for me. Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like with gas is that 501st is good. It's a move forward character, but it only inhibits the next step, which is like, okay, now you get Lord Vader, but like, where are you at with your dark side clones? If you're not anywhere near them, then your Lord Vader's unlock is not really pertinent. But getting dark side Ray to Slacker will definitely improve the feasibility of what Slacker can counter.
Mm-hmm.
So
basically
I would
counter everything, right? Because of Ray at the end of the day.
Yeah, so I would agree. Based off what I know from your question, Ray would be my choice.
Yeah. Okay, he has a second follow-up question, and he says, I have a prediction for some units in 2027. What do you think about them? Era of Maul Shadow Lords. 2 Boots and Lawson. Yep. Saying they could be constables. Master Darky and Devon. If you haven't watched Maul Shadow Lord, these characters are going to mean nothing to you. Maybe an extra Jedi to go with Keller and Beck. Oh, extra Jedi to go with Keller and Beck, potentially. Phase 3, the unnamed Zabraks that you see in Maul Shadow Lords. And then the Journey unit could be Rook Cast, final unit for Maul. He will replace Gar Saxon in Imperial. The Imperial Super Commander will have an edit to allow to assist like Saxon does. Or the Missing Inquisitor, because why not? What do you think of this and as an era for the Era of Shadow? I mean, I'll take anything, to be honest.
I'd love it. Sounds good.
I like 2 Boots. 2 Boots is fun in the show. So
it does kill me a little bit that this show got way better received than how things are looking for Mando.
Yeah.
But I mean, on paper, I think Mando will be a success for Disney. The fans may disagree with that sentiment, but their budget, the budget on the film was half of Solo.
The budget for the film was half of Solo.
Yeah, so in the opening weekend they've recuperated almost all their cost on the movie.
Oh wow, that's huge.
So
it's a success then, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess on paper, it's gonna be success for them, and that might be what they're trying to do. Is basically, we're going to put out lower risk movies that just to keep the name in everyone's mind, but they're not going to be the theatrical thing that we were expecting for like a Rise of Skywalker or the trilogy, and they're going to be lower risk, lower investment things where it's like it's not going to take a ton of effort to recuperate the cost on it. But I would like to see a lot of these characters show up. I just have a hard time with implementation of where they go because I don't really want Maul Mando's getting some love would be great. Would love to see the Maul, but realistically, I would rather see Maul Shadow Lord as a new leader than replace the existing team. Like I would if you want to add to it a little bit to make because Canderous is almost essentially a part of that team. You can't get rid of Candyman. If you want to add another Mando to the team to give it a little bit more viability, then great. But I would rather see like Rook and a new Maul come to the game. and a better team form out of this with Omicron support and everything else than go back in the old team. But the other 2 Jedi could be fun. The Crow Inquisitor that Ahsoka kills, half-heartedly.
Tales of the Jedi or something. Yeah.
Tales of the Jedi could be fun to see to the game to kind of get some more variety. But it's hard to say because it's like what they added with Inquisitor Barriss was basically hey, we get it. Merrick wants to go live with Baylan. Please use Barriss here instead. Vibe. Because Barriss has the ability to basically do what Merrick did, which is prevent Phoenix from shitting all over Rey.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, then it's like just do a little bit more with the team. I'd rather have a reason to bring an Inquisitor in, or actually find a reason to split Grand Inquisitor and Reva. But until then,
that's a hard sell.
Yeah. Well, you would the marquee, the character would need to be so good.
Yeah.
Like the power level of the character for GI to go somewhere besides Reva it would need to be like astronomical, but to the point where it couldn't also work with Reva.
Yeah.
So they'd have to be like
direct exclusion, right?
Is the leader, then this occurs and whatever, which would be fine. I could live with it. But anyways, I just I would love to see a lot of these characters come to the game. That'd be really cool.
Definitely.
But I am also at the point where I'm like, I would hope that they would build a new team with Shadow Lord Maul, but it might be a little too early to commit to that because he's just at the beginning and really
he's just the
you
same
guys
as
have both
Conquest,
seen it, right? Well, you guys have.
I don't think Bit has only seen half of Maul. I think.
Okay, so all right.
The top half.
I think the team's not complete yet. Is all like same thing with Thrawn, right? I would rather have a fully fleshed out good team than just to like bake what we can see right now, because I think the best part of Maul's team is in season 2, and
probably
I would rather wait for that to get it. But if we wanted to bring in some components, I could live with that. If you wanted to temporarily boost some stuff, but I would rather get a new Shadow Lord Maul, even as a Dark Side GL, because apparently we're just using that tag for the next thing we want you to spend money on.
Apparently.
I could use him as a Dark Side GL and just be Shadow Collective, and away we go. I'm fine with that. I can live with that.
Yeah, I mean, with the era system, it seems like that's what they're going anyway. They're just kind of releasing whole teams, more or less, rather than trying to boost all teams.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is actually all of our questions. So I think we'll wrap it up here because we are over 2 hours long, which means we have been tardy once again. I do apologize. I want to say, Bit, thank you so much for joining us today. Is there anything that you would like to do? Shout out? Tell us a little bit about what you're working on?
I mean, we already discussed it. What I'm kind of working on and thinking. So nothing really. I'm just at the moment putting together some more territory battle Omicron gameplay videos for Huyang, Orlom, and Quigold. So if you're into that, they'll be coming soon.
Nice.
Otherwise, thank you for having me, guys. It's been fun.
Thanks, Bit. It's been a pleasure having you, sir. Thank you so much. Make sure you all go give Bit a subscribe on YouTube and catch up on his latest videos. That will be fantastic. Carthrick, you have been bald this evening. We appreciate it for, solidarity reasons, obviously.
I thought I'd let peer pressure kind of take over for the weekend.
Yeah. All right, gents and everybody at home. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you all very, very soon. Peace out. May the force be with you, everybody.